What's up, my brother?
What's up, buddy?
Not much, man. Thank you very much for joining me. It means a lot to me.
So. Hey, anytime we get a chance to talk to a fellow Rodney, you know.
That's right, man. That's right. We're taking over.
Yeah, I popped in one of your broadcasts and he's like, do you know what Rodney means? And I absolutely do. And it's one of those things that I actually learned at a very young age. And I remember telling my mother, I was like, Mom, I'm going to be famous. She was like, if you don't get out of my room.
But you knew it, though. It was in your heart. It was there.
Absolutely. Very young.
And that's something I felt also, even as a kid. But I'm going to do a quick intro for you. So everybody know who you are because you're famous.
I'm all right. I'm doing good.
You did exactly what you said you was going to do.
Yeah.
But I still want to make sure that I do the proper intro to welcome my guests. So, and then we'll go for about 45 minutes and allow for Q&A.
As long as you ask me stuff, I'm going to answer.
Hey, well, I got questions. Well, I want to thank you all for listening, for watching RDC Speak Life Sessions. My name is Rodney. I am the host and creator of this show. You can make sure you subscribe to this show through my Apple, Spotify, and Google Podcasts, and make sure you rate the podcast when you listen to it. You can watch this broadcast again on my IG Live. You'll be able to watch it on Rodney Perry's IG Live because he'll have a copy of the video, any other footage, and it'll be available on my YouTube channel, Rodney Damon Collins TV. And without further ado, today on my show, I have comedian, actor, writer, director, producer. You can see him in films that recently been out, Once Upon a Time in Detroit, Hey Mr. Postman, which I think some of that was actually filmed in Cleveland.
Absolutely.
So. Yeah, absolutely. That's where I'm from. And then also The Products of the American Ghetto. So without further ado, let's show some love. Let's put some fist bumps for my man, Rodney Perry.
What up, Rod? How you doing, man?
Man, just like you said, it's always a blessing to talk to another Rodney, man.
Now get this. I meet Rodney Perrys too. Like I've met no less than 5 Rodney Perrys in my life.
Wow.
And Rodney, have you tripped over this? Rodney is a black name.
Yes, it is.
I've only met one white Rodney, and he was like, oh, I met him on Twitter, and his name, he went by Rod. He was like Rod Perry, and I was like, yo.
Our name is popular, man. Our name is strong.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of people using Rodney now. They just don't know. Some of these parents just don't know about the power in that name, man.
Exactly.
So, man, how's your week gone? I know my week has been kind of crazy, but how you been doing, man? What's up?
Man, you know, Rod, man, it's crazy, dude. Like, I was really over the last few weeks, whether it was the pandemic or moving into the civil unrest, I was really like mentally in like not a cool space, and I was trying to figure my way out. And maybe like 3 days ago, I just had a revelation, man, and it all just made sense to me, And so my revelation was this: like, all this we're seeing is less of a physical attack, and it's more of a psychological attack.
Yeah.
So if you can take a group of people's mind, you can take their soul, their body, and everything else. Exactly. And so I feel like what we've been seeing, whether it's police brutality, all this stuff, riots, it's attacks on our mind. So we have to do what we have to do to maintain our mind, because regardless of what's happened to us as Black people throughout the centuries, we've always maintained our minds. And so to me, that in itself is the answer.
Yes.
In a nutshell.
That's one thing we are. We are a very strong people. We've endured a lot. We had to endure being brought from, Africa, our ancestors, and brought over here. There's a lot of strength in us. Strength
and resilience.
Resilience, baby. Resilience. Yeah. And I laugh when I talk to some people because they're just like, I hear so many people getting frantic who are not Black and just losing their mind. I'm like, man, I was talking to somebody this week. I said, man, this has been my life, man. Most of my life, these have been concerns that I had to talk to my son and daughter when they first started driving. These are the first conversations you have. when you get pulled over.
It's crazy, dude. I was trying to explain to one of my white friends. I'm like, you know what white privilege is? You going with Rodney, I'm not racist. You still benefit from white privilege, though.
Yes.
So white privilege is not having to tell your kids, hey, man, just get home.
Yes. Just get
That's
home.
white privilege.
The key words I said to my son was when you get pulled over one day, not if.
Wow.
When. It's because it's going to happen. This is how you handle yourself. And it's hard because I have an older brother in law enforcement, 30 plus years. And, you know, I respect good officers. There are some good officers, a lot of them. But some of these ones who are abusing their power, man, they make it bad for everybody, man. They really do. And it's hard, man. It's like, I don't know, man. It broke my heart to see what happened over the past few weeks. And if anything, though, I think some good things is coming out of this. I do see some good coming out of this. I see that the nation is starting to really. I've never seen so many companies saying Black Lives Matter, which that's probably political.
Don't believe the hype.
Yeah, go ahead, break it down. Break it down.
That's just for right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it's also to calm people down.
Yeah.
They need people to calm down. But in the midst of everything, we got to just maintain our minds.
Yes.
Maintain your mind. It's an attack on us mentally. So if we can stay tight mentally, I think we'll be fine on the other side of this.
What type of advice would you give somebody, like some practical things that we should be doing right now just to kind of keep our heads together?
Man, wow, that's a great question. What can we do practically? Really, I mean, and you're talking to a man that's a stroke survivor. So, the thing that helps you kind of maintain your mental bearings is physical activity.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're already in the midst of a pandemic, which kind of stagnates you physically anyway. So we just got to get moving. You know, like for me in my life, whenever I'm at a loss, I always get kinetic. So I think that's the answer to your question is we got to get moving. We got to get, you know, whether that's physically running or whatever that means for you, you got to make yourself move. Even if it's mentally sitting at your house, maybe you write a book, maybe you have to become kinetic, you know, and that's why you see people have a need to do that. That's why you see marching and stuff like that. It's the need to move.
Yes.
And so, but it has to be more than a movement because movements stop.
Right.
So it needs to be a revolution.
Yes.
You know, because a revolution goes and goes and goes and goes.
Yes. And I love that. And another way I think we're moving is on July 7th, we have a blackout we're talking about. You know, these are ways where we like, okay, let's gather together because you know you'll get a person's ear when you mess with their pockets. When you hit them there.
That's always the answer to me. Economics is always the answer to me. But it's so hard to get the collective black people on the same page. Like even we did a blackout last week, and people was like, well, why I got to black out? It's just like, if for nothing more than a show of solidarity.
Yes.
That's enough for me. But, you know, that's me.
And it's one day. It's not asking a whole lot. You can go one day without spending some money. You know, really, we should be going.
You already did.
Yeah.
You in the pandemic. I'd have had the same $1,000 for about 5 months.
I wish I could say that one. Man, I want to talk about you, man, because I invited you on my show to talk about you too, because I don't want to, we already know what's going on in the world. It's crazy right now. So we go give people a little release from all that, and let's just encourage some people, man. Like, I know some of your story, but can you give me some cliff notes? Give us some cliff notes about how you get to where you are now, because I've followed your career. I've been a fan for a long time, so it's kind of cool for me actually having, hosted you and, talking. So it's pretty cool.
I mean, dude, well, you impressed me off the gate because you mentioned some of my lesser known projects, and so I'm a comedian, stand-up comedian. I always knew it. I had a teacher in second grade that would let me tell jokes at the end of the day if I would shut up throughout the course of the day. And so I became aware of stand-up comedy very early. And, you know, of course, life happens. From Chicago.
Yes.
We leave Chicago and move to Monroe, Louisiana, which is my mother's hometown.
Wow.
And I spent some of my formative years there. Had my first child there. And that spurred on my next life decision, which was to join the Navy. So I joined the Navy in 1990, and I spent 8 years in the Navy, but I'm still a comedian. I'm still, like, in my heart, I'm a comedian. And so in 1998, I get out of the military and move to LA, you know, and get the wake-up call that it takes more than moving. You can't just, you know, LA is a lot. And
Choco.
It was very expensive, and I realized I got there in 98, and I spent the next 2 years working odd jobs.
Yeah.
I managed an apartment building. I worked, you know, like, you know, modeling and talent agencies. I mean, not me. I was doing that entry. And Rod, man, I ended up 2 years later at the VA, and I was doing that entry at the VA, and I befriended a vet, and me and him was talking at lunch one day, and he just asked me across the table. He was like, "Man, what are you doing here?" I said, "Well, I'm doing that entry." He said, "No, fool. Why are you in LA?" I said, "Well, I mean, I came here to be an actor, maybe a comedian. I'm a comedian." He said, "Well, you got to get out of here right now." And I walked out of that job, and I ain't done nothing but entertainment since then. And so that was a turning point for me. But, you know, I mean, careers is a series of moments, you know.
Yes.
You know, whether it was, you know, performing in the Bay Area comedy competition, meeting Said the Entertainer's road manager. He connected me with Said. I'm touring with Said. You know, with Said hooked me to Steve Harvey.
Yes.
You know, Steve Harvey, you know, I start writing and helping write, produce stuff with Steve Harvey.
Yes.
All the while, you know, I do Who's Got Jokes. I do this. I do. So it's like all these little series of moments throughout the journey, man. And of course, along the way, I meet Monique, and she and I develop a relationship, become cool. And you know, I look up one day and I get a call to pack my family up, move to Atlanta, and do a TV show, and I did it, and we've been here ever since.
Man. That's a pretty cool story, man. It really is, because, you know, I live in LA right now, and that's why I'm here, working in the industry. And all the stuff you're talking about, I can relate. My wife can relate, you know. And so
is your wife an actor too?
No, my wife's a teacher. She's a writer, but she teaches at a high school here.
I always say two artists can't live in the same space. You know, you probably dated actresses before. First of all, they always nut. And I just don't believe two dreamers can live in one space. Like somebody has to be practical.
And that's her. She like looking at bottom line all the time. I'm just like, I'm the dude standing there looking at the ocean, dreaming. Yeah, I'm dreaming. And she like, hold up. Let me get your attention.
Right.
What's happening right now?
What a boat at though?
Yeah, how you gonna get on the ocean?
Right.
I'm ready to do whatever. So, one of your films, what would you say is one of your favorite roles that you played?
Man, you know, when you're building a brand, you get like opportunities, and I've done a ton of independent features.
Yes.
And I've done a couple nobody's ever seen. And I did a role in Philly. Flew me out to Philly. I spent like 6 days with these guys, and we shot a movie called Broad Street Bullies.
Ooh.
By far, the best role I ever played.
Really?
They just ran out of money. The producer ended up getting put in jail for child support or something crazy. Dude, Ron, when I tell you, this was like a career-making movie. Like for me, if people would have saw it, because I had some comedic moments, but it was some heavy drama.
Yes.
And like killing and shooting, and you know, I literally killed like 8 people in this movie.
Wow.
My personally, you know, and so That you know, that's a little known thing. People probably will never see. I think dude just watch it sometime in his living room. I don't know. And but I think my coolest thing I've done to date isn't out yet. I shot a movie last November with Eddie Murphy called Coming to America 2.
I can't wait.
Me neither. I need the movie to come and go so I can start getting them residual checks.
It was like coming to my bank account. I don't care about America.
Dude.
I know that's right. So, like, you just finished filming. Did y'all film the movie in Atlanta, right? Coming to America too?
Yes.
Okay.
I worked as a local hire, and you know, I had already known Arsenio, and he stopped me one day. He said, "Rod, it's so good to see you on this set." He said, "Dude, everybody in the world wants to be on this movie."
Yes,
this is a really big deal, and he's right. And we had a great time, and you gotta also wrap your mind around this. The reason I do stand-up comedy is Eddie Murphy.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I saw Eddie Murphy on Saturday Night Live when I was 8 years old, and I was like, "That's it. That's what I am." And so to be able to stand on the set and the dude say, "Hey man, good morning, Rod. How you doing?"
Man, go ahead, man. See, this is what it's crazy, man. Man, you got me right here because it's like these are the dreams. You're living your dream that you said you was going to live as a child. You're living that, and I know it had to take perseverance and just being in the right place, right time, faith.
Yeah.
And when we talk about the grind, to me, I think it starts here and here. So, like, what kept you grounded and just focused through everything that you've seen? Because I know you had some times where you were wondering, like, dang, is it really going to happen? Like, why did I do this?
You still wonder that. You know, I mean, we're just as human beings, you're always looking out, right? You're always looking out, like, you see your peers around you, somebody might get a gig, this and that. And it's hard not to look at other people, right? But my biggest revelation in reference to that came when I had my stroke, right? Because I lost the use of the left side of my body. Mm-hmm. I had to have some real conversations with God, right? Yeah. And so I was like, God, why me? He was like, God be talking to me like in my own voice. He was like, why not you? Why not you? And he really was so clear to me. He was like, you spent your whole career trying to get out to that thing. Yes. You think success is. But what do you want most right now? And at that time, I was still in a wheelchair. I said, I want to take a single step. He's like, that's it. That's it. If you can take a single step, you can achieve anything. Right? Okay. If you can take, like, don't look way out. Break your life down to its lowest common denominator. Mm-hmm. A single step. If you can take a step every day towards your goal, you win it. And so, yes, I want the Oscar. Yes, I want the Emmy. Yes, I want the Emmy. Yes, I want, absolutely. That stuff is out there. Yeah. But if I got to do this first.
Right.
Yeah.
Man. So, like, if somebody came up to you and said, man, what do I need to do? Like, I have these gifts and stuff. Like, what would be the first thing you tell them they need to do if they wanted to really work? I'm going to start with as a comedian, because I think being a comedian is much more difficult than being an actor. You tell me.
Well, I mean, I happen to count myself as both. And we can talk about that too. But this is the short answer to any artist. Okay. Whether you're a comedian, an actor, a painter, or, to me, life is about figuring out what you love, do it, and then don't quit. So if you're an actor or comedian, go see if you can, go see if you love it.
Yes.
And once you love it, do it.
Yeah.
And never stop. The only way you lose the game, Rod, is to quit.
Yes.
How many actors that started when you started, they quit?
Man, I know a ton.
They will never make it. I promise you.
They've quit. I have no quit in me.
And they look at you like, man, you still doing it, huh? Man, I wish I had, I did an interview with a fellow comedian one time, and he was like, Rod, what you were able to do that I wasn't, he said, I wasn't willing to be broke. I said, dude, it never occurred to me that I was broke. I was just working. You know what I mean? I was just putting one foot in front of the other. Like, I wasn't thinking about money. If I had been thinking about money, I'd have quit a long time ago because there wasn't no money. That's
real.
It ain't no money, Rodney.
That's real.
It ain't no money at first. If any artists on here, if you trying to get into this shit, because this what we supposed to do.
Yes.
People supposed to look at you and go, I can do that. They supposed to look at you and say that. If people look at you going, oh hell no, what that nigga doing? No, I don't do that. That shit look too hard. It's supposed to look easy. You supposed to look at Denzel like, man, I can act like that dude. You supposed to think that. And so as we make this journey, that's that's kind of in a nutshell, man. Well, regardless of your art, if you love it, you just kind of don't get to quit once you invest like that.
Man, I appreciate you saying that because I don't have any quit in me. I've done a lot of different things in my life before I full-time started doing my acting career, which has been about 5 years full-time now.
Good for you.
And I remember when I was a kid watching Denzel on St. Elsewhere. See, a lot of people don't remember St. Elsewhere when he was on there.
Yeah, and you're a grown man if you remember that. You're a grown man.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can do that. And that's been my desire my whole life. And I'm grateful that I'm able to do it now. Am I grinding every day? Yes. Do I want my bank account to be swole? Yeah. But I've been able to do this for the love and passion too. When I first started, I did it for free. I was like, just give me an opportunity. I'll come in and work for you. So that's why I'm grateful for these opportunities. I'm grateful for
how much training have you had?
Man, I've trained when I was in Cleveland, when I was in college, I trained. Out here, I've trained at several different acting schools. When I moved to LA, I only had 1 credit on my IMDb as an actor. Now I have over 28 credits as a principal or supporting actor. I've won 2 awards. I'm an award-winning actor.
Wow.
And I actually produced my own short film. So,
wow, that's dope, dude.
That's
dope. But that's the thing about acting is that people think they can do it and they ain't trained one day.
You're right.
And I'm like, dude, you got to get some sort of training. Like, you just, if nothing more than just to know your way around a set and not say no stupid shit. Like, I was on a set yesterday. A friend of mine was shooting a short.
Yes. And
he asked me to come through, and I did. And there was this one kid, he was funny, but he was like telling the director what he was going to do. And I'm like, dude, that ain't. I said, come here for a second, dog. Calm down.
Yeah.
Calm down. Just do what they tell you to do. Well, I'm gonna do this, and I'm not. No, shut up. Listen. But that's neither on it.
Man, the first thing I tell people to do when they ask me, I tell them, hey, if you've never done any background work, do some background work. Just humble yourself. Have a humble attitude from the beginning, because the productions are not about you. It's about telling the story. You know. So that's how I look at everything I do. I'm coming to make sure the story comes to life.
How much background you do?
I did 1.5 years out here, and then I was like, okay, that's
one day.
You did 1 day?
I did 1 day. Get this, I'll tell you that day.
Yes.
So it's background, right? So I got booked for like 3 things in 1 day.
Yeah.
I had a day shoot at a music video. I had an afternoon shoot at like some crowd scene in a made for TV movie, and then I had a night shoot at a movie of the week called Thirst, right? And I remember because I put that on my resume because they came past me like this, and I was like this. I was like, I'm in there. I was so excited, but what I realized is there's a culture of people that's all they do is background.
Yes.
And so I was like, yo, so people go make 100, 50, 75, 200, 300 a day.
Just hanging out.
And they was going all day, was giving me, hey, you need any information, buddy? Hey, so they got this thing over, and they was telling me stuff, and I was like, I'm not doing this shit. I'm not doing it. Fuck this. Hell no. This is my last day.
I ain't mad at you, man.
Cause I just could see you get caught up in that too.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
Get comfortable. People were going to get a check. They treat it like a regular 9 to 5. And I was like, man, I ain't getting stuck in this. I need to meet. And I didn't do background until I got to LA because I needed to meet people in the industry. I didn't really know anybody. And that actually is how I got my first role on the Amazon show. Because I met somebody. Every time I went to set, I was always hanging out with the second AD. Even when they tell everybody to take a break, I'd be like, yo, can I watch you guys break down the footage? They'd be like, yeah, if you stay back. I was like, for real? Cool. So I wasn't over there hanging with everybody else. I was over there.
Wow, let's go. Great way to move, man. Great way.
Yeah, I was there. I was strategic, man. And that's what I try to tell people, man. If you go do it, don't go there talking about I just want some crafty or complaining about crafty. You stuck, man. You stuck.
Right.
So you said you have Coming to America 2 that's get ready to come out. And I know you just recently released a comedy album too, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I released a comedy album. It's called Survivor. It's a lot of stuff, reference to, I just wanted to document my stroke jokes.
Yes.
Because you have a stroke, you got to have some humor. You're a comedian, so you got to have some humor attached to that moment. And so, I wanted to document that. So that's on the street. But I got 5 albums. And to be honest, dude.
Yes.
Like, I get residuals from those albums.
Yes.
Dude, that stuff been sustaining me.
Really?
I got like $3,000 because people been stuck at home. They've been listening to my stuff. So if you listening, thank you. Because people stream it. Yeah, so that make a difference, yeah. But yeah, I got an album, I wrote a book. Again, man, at the end of the day, whenever you're at a loss, get kinetic, man. Start moving, do something.
And I have a question too, as far as, since we are kind of still locked in the house. I know Atlanta, they let y'all come out and wild for a little bit. I don't know if they locked y'all back up.
I ain't wild.
You said you went out.
I went out for the first time yesterday, and if my homeboy wouldn't have begged me, I wouldn't have came to that.
Yeah,
like I just got invited to something today. I'm like, dude, are we not still in the pandemic? Who canceled the pandemic? The riot?
You know who canceled it? The wrong people who ain't looking out for us. They like, we need a test sample. We need to see what happened when people start interacting again. So y'all go back out there. Y'all be the test for us.
Dude, if in 3 weeks this stuff spiking, but they said yesterday there was no deaths in New York for the first time in months.
Yes. So we'll see what happened after all this protesting though, over the next few weeks.
We shall see.
And my wife just said, she was like, we need you to give us a Netflix special. We need that. She was like, we need that right now. So she just got.
Tell your wife from her mouth to God's ear. This is the thing. I would love to showcase on Netflix or Amazon or Hulu or whoever, just to be able to get to the masses.
Yes.
And people are very comfortable clicking the Netflix, and that's why Netflix is popular. But know this.
Yes.
What Monique said is still true. It's not a lot of black people on Netflix with Netflix original specials.
Yes.
And so I want to say Tiffany Haddish dropped one with a series of black comics, but that's one special.
Yes.
I think they gave her a deal for 2.
Yes.
And they got stuff with the top of the food chain blacks, but you don't like they have a white dude you ain't never heard of have a special. You're like, who is this? Who is this one? So and they could do that because think about the algorithm. You only see what you see.
Yeah.
So it's not like network TV where you're trying to appeal to the whole world. You're only appealing to people that like you.
Wow.
Think about Netflix. Like, look at your whitest white friend.
Yeah.
Say, man, look, open your Netflix. Let me look at it. He gonna have stuff. You be like, what the hell is that? He don't look at what you look at.
Oh man.
Y'all might have 2 or 3 things in common, but other than that, he's watching some stuff you ain't watching.
That's a good point. I want to know, can we get a comedy show on IG from you?
Oh, absolutely. Like right now?
Yeah. No, well, not doing the interview, but can we get one in the?
I do one every week. So I do a weekly show on my IG page. It's Rodney Perry's open mic, and I open my pages for comments to come in and do 2 minutes apiece.
Yeah.
And so I'm always creating material for. So this is the thing, Rod. I'm a comedian.
Yes.
But what I've learned in this pandemic is I need comedy. Like it's part of what keeps me mentally grounded.
Right.
And so when I couldn't perform, I started performing online. So my buddy Ali Sadiq does the show every Wednesday and Friday.
Okay.
I've done that several times. I've done several Zoom shows for private groups. So it's like, dude, comedians, tell jokes. That's what we do.
Somebody said, can we get a comedy battle with you and Mike Epps?
No, I ain't messing with Mike. No, I ain't got time to mess with Mike. Yeah. I love Mike Epps though. But we are trying to figure out, like I got people now, we talking about figuring out what that feels like for comedies. Like you see the music people doing the verses.
Yeah.
Like we're trying to figure out what that, because just two guys joining on each other that's not enough.
Right.
So it's like, what do it feel like? And like my buddy did something real interesting where they had like a versus battle of Richard Pryor and Red Fox.
Yeah.
And they just played tracks off their albums.
Oh wow.
Like music almost.
Yeah.
And so that was interesting, and so, I got some people, we trying to produce something that feels like a versus for comedy.
Yeah, because that's something that a lot of artists are going to have to do, is utilize this platform at least for the rest of the year, maybe until they open up venues again for concerts and shows.
Yeah, so I've already begun to take shows. I got 2 shows this month and in live venues, and so I think the future is going to be some hybrid. Like I think small audiences with some virtual or digital component. Okay,
I like that. That'd be kind of cool, because I actually shot a film in the end of April through my computer phone, everything. That's how the director, they put it all together.
Really?
I can't wait to see it. Yeah, because
I would love to see that, man. Man, please tag me when that come out.
I will, because I was like, we gonna do it through this. And it was like, yeah. I was like, okay, cool. So we filmed something.
We doing it right now. This works. This is a TV show. This is a TV show.
Hey, I do call it a TV show. I don't need nobody else to tell it that.
It's really better than a TV show because you got access to the world right now.
Viewers. You got viewership. Yeah. That is true. That's a good point. Like, in the next couple years, what are your plans for your career as far as like with either producing some new projects, anything what's coming up? What do you got planned?
I got a few things I'm working on. One thing I realized is that I'm always concerned with expanding my digital footprint.
Yeah.
So as a comedian, I've given away a lot of comedy. Shows like Laugh-A-Palooza and stuff like that. You sign all these releases, and they really owned all of the video rights forever. Like Comic View, you signed all that away.
Really?
Oh yes, sir. Right, but you're a young artist. It don't matter. You just want to get on TV.
Right.
But that's okay. But what we didn't sign away, get this, Rod, we did not sign away our digital rights because nobody knew to ask for it. So anytime that stuff pop up, we get a little residual over time, right?
All right.
And so when I started learning about that, I was like, okay. So I've been creating a lot of audio stuff. Whether it's my comedy CD I'm producing, I got a new project I call Prank Answers. Everybody does prank calls, but I've been going into people's business and answering their phones and pranking their customers. It's hilarious. So Prank Answers, I'm producing that's coming down the pipe. I got the Versus series that we're working on for comedy.
Yeah.
And it's like, I wrote and produced a short a few years ago. I'm working on a one-man show right now.
All right.
So I wrote a book about a year ago. Excuse me. I wrote a book, Rodney Perry Moments on My Journey.
All right.
It's on Amazon and Barnes and Noble, but I'm right. So it's kind of autobiographical. So I'm doing a one-man show with the same title, you know, with moments from that book.
Uh-huh.
And so, yeah. So I'm working on that right now.
Man, I can't wait to see a lot of this stuff. I love seeing people get pranked. I used to do a lot of pranking when I was a kid. I don't think I've ever stopped, but.
Well, I'm gonna be calling you because I need actors. I need, you know.
Hey.
Yeah. So we'll talk about it offline.
Hey, you know, I know how to get on the plane. I got some fun questions too. I want to drop in on you.
Yes, Queen. It's on everything. Spotify, Amazon, anywhere you stream music, you can listen to Rodney Perry.
Oh, that was another question.
Pandora, yeah.
That's my wife.
That's the wife.
Yeah.
Is that Janae?
Yeah, Janae. Yeah, the T is silent.
None of my business, Janae.
If you were the lead singer of an R&B group, what would be the name of the group, and what would be the title song of your debut album?
The lead singer, if I were the lead singer of an R&B group.
Yep. What would be the name of the group? And then the title song of your debut album.
R. Perry and Public Humiliation. And and the debut single would be Feeling on Your Booty, But My Hands Is Clean.
I like that. I like it. We might have to make that. Video and everything.
Feeling on your booty. Yeah.
That, you know what? You got the hook already. That's a hook. But as an actor, what is your dream role as an actor?
Man, oh boy, kind of stole it from me. But I always ask myself as an actor, like, is there a real person that I could play?
Yes.
And so I wanted to play James Brown in the James Brown story.
Chad.
That's what I wanted.
But
Chad was tall ass. He too tall to be James Brown. But he killed it. And so, you know, I just hadn't arrived. If I was a bigger star, I could have really lobbied for it, but I wasn't a big enough star. Because I met James Brown's daughter and everything, and she was like, Rodney, you remind me of my dad, you know. And so it was, but you know, everything got to line up for stuff like that to happen. And so I still wouldn't mind playing a James Brown. I became aware of a story. There was a comedian in the 70s in the 70s and the 80s, late 70s, 80s, named George Kirby.
Huh.
And so my mom used to always challenge me, you know what you know about comedy. Who is George Kirby? And I was like, I don't know. And so she made me look him up. And George Kirby was like a Vegas type comic. He did impressions and stuff, but he was kind of approaching being a big deal. Then he got caught up and caught a case because he was traveling a lot. So he caught a case transporting drugs across the country.
Ugh.
And so I think his story is really interesting. Yeah. And so I'm actually looking at maybe, you know, playing him. You know, it's got the comedic aspect, it's got some drama to it, you know, something like that.
Man, I know you can do that. I want to know, can we get a little small imitation of James Brown talking real quick?
Well, what you want to do now? Hold on. Let me tell you about it. But let me first of all, James Brown, you got to really respect the focal part of being James Brown, and because I'm black and I'm proud.
Say it again.
Say it one time. 2 times. 3 times.
See, we on that good foot?
I mean, this is the crazy part about James. People be like, they don't understand him, but he just talked fast, and then the way his voice made. But the dude was really an accomplished singer.
Yes.
And he might be our first rapper. Because he was getting and he put the beat on the one. James Brown, there is no hip hop without James Brown. All the early hip hop beats was sampled from James Brown music.
Wow. That's a good point. See, like, you give me a history lesson now. You're dropping it now. You're dropping it.
I know a little bit about everything.
I got another question. If you were a superhero, what would be your superpower? And how would you
That's a good question. I think I know this answer for myself. I would either want to run real fast or be invisible. Or both.
Both.
Because you can run real fast and you're invisible, you can just show up places.
I like that.
You know? And then you can always slow it down and just be cold on the football field or on the basketball. Rodney Perry put up 70 points last day. You didn't even see it. How you get down there?
I like that. Invisible and speed. I'll take both of those. Both of those.
And then I like to sneak up on my wife sometimes and give her the old 1-2.
There you go. Let it know.
I'm already finished.
I have another one for you. What's a good theme song for your life?
So, Kevin Hart is a friend of mine.
Yes.
And he always tells me, Rodney Perry, you walk around like you got a theme song. He always said it to me. He said, like, you walk around like in your head is going, Rodney Perry. So, I've always liked the theme, the Shaft.
Yeah.
So some version of that all music, that 70s waka waka waka, those waka waka, all them sounds.
Yeah.
And maybe some women in the background going, Rodney Perry.
I like that. Would it be 3 or 4 women? You gotta have a trio, quartet.
It's definitely three.
All right.
It ain't in the budget to pay a 4th person.
Especially right now during COVID. Yeah, I might have to cut one of y'all right
and
now.
Then one of them probably sick as hell too. So
it's like, yeah, don't cough up on set. Don't cough on
Please,
set.
No coughing.
What is your biggest or weirdest fear that you have?
Wow, that's a good one. What's my greatest or weirdest fear? I mean, I always say a person that say he ain't never scared is a fool, but what's weird? I don't like being startled. Like I don't watch scary movies. Like, really? I don't like situations where I'm deliberately being startled. Like, I go there knowing I'm gonna be startled. I don't like that shit at all. Like, if you motherfucker, you can't come, hey Rod, man, it's a new scary movie. Let's go see it. I'm like, are they trying to scare my ass? I'm good. I don't like that. I don't like that.
So no haunted houses, none of that.
None of that. Like, that's their job to scare you, make you. I don't like. I don't like people startling me on accident. Cause my wife got these real soft ass feet. She walk around this house, you can't never hear her come up. Everybody else, cause my family got heavy. Boom, boom. You can hear us moving. Yeah. She like a ninja.
Tiptoeing around.
Tiptoeing.
So, we just talked about your fear, and you said, you don't like being scared. You were in a couple movies that were kind of like a little scary, right? I'm trying to think, because I looked at you.
Yeah,
you got a
huge couple of movies that like some thrillers.
Yeah, you got a huge resume.
I did a movie called Rabbitous that was kind of a thriller, but I mean, I was in it, so it didn't scare me. I read the script. I was like, "Ooh, that's gonna scare the shit out of somebody," But so, I mean, I'm not opposed to being in those movies, but yeah, man, I don't want no. But I don't like, and here goes. I don't like people. I don't like being the butt of jokes either. Now you would think as a comedian, I would be cool with it, or do it. The minute you start talking about me, we might have to fight.
He's like, it's all cool, but as soon as you say talk about me, so you could be standing there playing the dozens, whatever. So,
I don't play the dozens.
Because you ain't talking about my mama, right?
But if I play the dozens, I be saying some real shit. Like that's why I don't do roast. Every time I do a roast, I say something inappropriate. Every time. Because it's more important to me to be funny than politically correct. And I always say the wrong thing.
Hey, but that's a license you got as a comedian, right? You get a license.
No.
Not anymore, right?
Not ever.
Not ever.
Let me tell you something. There's freedom of speech in the First Amendment, but there's no freedom from repercussions.
Say that, yeah.
You can say what you want, but you can't stop nobody from choking the shit out your head. You can say it.
Yeah. Just be ready to run.
You got freedom of speech. But hold on.
What is your motto, your mantra? What do you live by? Like, you got something that you just be like, yo, this is quote, this is what branded me. This is how I'm rolling.
Hard work.
Hard work.
Hard work. And I live by that, but that's kind of a flawed way to live because you'll get exactly hard work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like there's some truth to speaking things into your existence.
Yeah.
So maybe about 5 years ago, every year I name my tour, right? And this particular year, I used this whole James Brown motif, and I called myself the hardest working man in comedy. And that year, I didn't make a lot of money, but I was working hard as hell. And I stopped at the end of the year. I looked at it, I was like, yo, I'm doing too much. So the following year, I changed my vibe, my energy to flow. Yeah. You know, and so that's probably more fair. Yes. It's flowing, effortlessly flowing. Because when I'm at my best, I'm in a flow. You know, I'm moving from thing to thing. Right. I'm going into the book. I'm doing the digital. I'm doing the movies. I'm doing the comedy. It's flowing in out. It all work together. Nothing ever butts. It's always be like, you know. And so the thing I live by is maintaining some sort of flow. And I love that. And one thing I live by is leave on E. Wow. Give it all. Yeah. Give it all. And so you knew exactly what that meant. Yeah. And I remember hearing it from Eric Thomas, Eric the hip hop preacher, several years ago. He was giving a speech, and I'm like, he kept saying, leave on E. That's exactly how it was. I'll be up at 2. I go to sleep at 12:05. I'm back up at 12:06. That's how he be talking. What you doing with your life? Sleeping a whole 60 seconds, huh? That's a new character. I'm about to do that. I'm about to blow that character up. The motivational speaker with the impossible shit. Hold up. Sleep is for the weak. I slept 9 seconds yesterday. How much did you sleep? I love it. That, hey man, he get you. He make you jump. If you laying down and you listen to ET, something wrong. You can't lay down and hear that dude talk. Oh, you laying down? I have not laid down in the last decade. I woke up 10 years ago and said, "Don't lay down no more." So what do? I hover above my bed. You know I'm gonna tag him on this. I gotta tag him on this. I love ET though, man. He's motivated me more than 100 times. Yes. You know? I love it. So that's my mantra, man. I'm gonna call my guy BT. BT. Wait, what did you say? BT. BT? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call my guy. BT the hip hop hip hop not preacher, hip hop theologian. Yeah, hey, that's the same thing. Or you can say the hip hop hooper, you know. I love it. Love it. You know, I'm a little wordsmith too, man. I see. I'm impressed. Yeah, I'm impressed. I love words. Poetical skills every once in a while, so I like to drop them. But that's what I live by, man. Oh, you do poetry too? Yes, I do. Do poetry. Oh, good for you, man. You know, before I ever wrote a joke, I wrote a poem. Really? Yep. Was it serious or comedic or? I mean, you girls, and you try to talk to girls, dude. I wrote this poem for this one girl, and me and her didn't work out, I said that one poem to at least 50 people. Whoever would listen, Rod, whoever would listen would get that poem, the words.
But this for you, baby. This for you.
You know, I was just thinking. I mean, well, just take a listen.
You want to know what song got me in trouble as a kid? Prince, "Do Me, Baby."
Oh, that'll get you.
Had a girl that I was just really liking, so I started writing out the whole lyrics to the song. I'm a kid. Mom's putting away clothes in my drawer. Yeah, she opened up the drawer, screaming my name, Rodney. She screamed it so loud, I thought I was going to get killed.
Did she say the whole name? Rodney David Collins.
Yeah,
come here. Oh, you want to do somebody, huh? do you, babe? What the hell? What this mean, Rodney? What this mean?
That's exactly how she was coming at me. I was like,
why you in my stuff? Why you in my stuff, Mom? I don't have no privacy around here. Ain't no privacy.
None. This is my house.
Real mom.
You are a boarder up in this morning.
Believe it. So same instance.
Yeah.
A girl sent me some lingerie.
Ooh.
I'm 13.
Oh boy.
My mother found that. What type of hoe? I was like, but mama, she like me. She like, give me that. You tell them, get on, put on the phone. Don't get me started. But go ahead. Let me listen.
No, I'm just loving this time, man. I know we run out of time because IG, they'll cut you off just like your phone getting disconnected. You be talking, that's just all quiet. But hello, like dang. So that's what they'll do to you. So yeah. I know we got a couple minutes left. Can you just give us something that we can chew on that's gonna keep us driving? You got like if you could take her to a minute, just burn on something that you was burning on that's been bothering you or whatever about whatever. It's your rant time. It's your rant time.
I mean, it's so many things. Let's do this. How about this?
Okay.
Let me give you this, because I wrote a top 10. Well, a top 5. I wrote a top 5, Rod, and I think I might have 6 on here. Okay. The top 5 things your white friend can't say to you after all this blow over. All right. The top 5 things. Number 1, hey, Rodney, I have a black card. No, you don't. You ain't got no damn black card. All black cards revoked.
Okay.
Next thing that your white friends can't say to you after this is all over is, hey, Rodney, didn't I see you on CNN at Target? If you don't shut your ass up, Becky, I was not looting. Next one. Oh my God, Rodney, I'm almost as dark as you are. Bitch, if you ain't got no tan. You know, they love to talk about how dark they are.
Yeah, love it.
Next thing that you cannot say to Rodney Perry is all lives matter. If you don't shut your ass up every time somebody say Black Lives Matter, you want to talk about some damn all lives. We know all lives matter, but our lives is in that group.
Thank you.
And finally, the number 1 thing your white friends can't say to you after all this blow over is no N words. Nothing that start with an N. You can't say nailed. You can't say negative, narcissist, narrator, navigate. I better not hear your ass say necessitate. You can't say needed. You can't say negotiable. No N word.
I love it. It's gone. Don't say no N word.
All N word. You can't say never deny.
I love it. So that's that's how we go. I'm losing my voice. What was I getting ready to say? Oh yeah. How do you?
Who you talking to? What was I about to say? Like you told yourself. Yeah, you was about to say that.
I'm looking at a wall. Like, what was I getting ready to say? How do you want people to continue to follow you and stay in touch? You know, I want people to know that, and, so we can continue to promote because we need you. We need you.
Thank you, Rodney, man. I'm easy to find. RodneyPerry.com is the website. Rodney Perry live on all social media. Rodney Perry. Yeah, I mean, you can Google. I'm Googleable as well. Man, I'm honored. Thank you for having me on, man. And I'm a friend and a fan, and I can't wait to work with you, bro.
Oh man, you just gave me chills. I'm definitely a fan of yours, and I'm just very honored that you took the time to be on my show. And just like I said,
I've been watching the show. I've been trying to get. You see, I've been coming in your lives, looking around. I said maybe he's just gonna hit me up impromptu, be like, "Come on in, Rod." Yeah, you be like, "No, nigga, it's not your moment." We're gonna get you on.
I want you to have the full time. I was like, when I saw you come in, I'm like, man, I gotta get this brother all the time I can.
Hey, dog, you're really good at this, dude. You're really good. You ask poignant, engaging questions. Like I do these interviews all the time.
Yes.
My pet peeve. So, you did so and so. How did that make you feel? What type of stupid ass question? How did I feel? 12 years ago? I don't know. So, like, to get a real thoughtful question is dope to me. So I appreciate that. Well done.
Man, you gonna make a brother start crying over here. I ain't got no tissue. You got nothing over here.
That's my favorite thing you do when you look for the answer. I love that. That's funny to me.
Well, man, I want to thank.
What I'm gonna do with that? Love it.
Hey, somebody
like, yeah, that's your co-host.
Yeah,
that's your co-host.
Man, I want to thank everybody for watching, for listening to RDC Speak Life Sessions. Make sure you follow Rodney Perry live. Make sure you go to Rodney Perry's website. Follow and stay with my brother. Make sure you subscribe to this podcast. RDC Speak Life Sessions is on Apple, Spotify, Google. Rate this bad boy. Apple only judges podcasts by ratings. So brother needs some ratings. And also, you can follow me on IG, Rodney Damon Collins. I almost got to say that. But as I always say in closing of my show, these are 3 things that I subscribe to, and I hope everybody else do. You love God, you love yourself, and you love people. Life will be good.
Wow. Well said, Rod. Well said. Rodney Damon Collins from Rodney Benjamin Perry. Thank you, bro.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to talking to you and working with you very soon.
Word. Hey, DM me your contact so we can stay in touch for real.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
My man.
Thank you.